My name is Tony Durso. I am running for the New York State Assembly. I came to America at the age of 21 with only 8 years of education, learning English first and eventually earning my master's degree from Pratt Institute School of Architecture. After 10 years working in construction, I took a position with the city of New York, rising through the ranks and becoming the Assistant Commissioner of the Division of Architecture, Engineering, and Construction. I oversaw the design and construction of thousands of apartments. After 30 years with the city, I spent 14 as the councilman for the town of North Hempstead. I took many initiatives to save taxpayers' money, including cutting my own salary by 25% for 10 years. Since 2006, I've been doing voluntary humanitarian work in impoverished countries. In 10 years, I made 36 trips to Kenya, Central America, and Haiti. Because of that work, we have given 1,200 of the poorest of the poor children a second chance at life. I live my life guided by a set of principles centered on hard work, family, ethics, and morality. In recent years, self-interest and corruption have become the norm in Albany. To end the corruption in Albany, we must remove money from politics. That is why I support a ban on outside income for legislators and support public campaign financing and strong penalties for those that forfeit public trust. When in Albany, I will endeavor to reverse the ill effect of the poor implementation of the Common Core curriculum. I will protect students' privacy by supporting local control of testing. I will fight to get our fair share of state education aid. Finally, meaningful tax relief can come from growing our tax base. This means growth, developing downtown areas so our children can afford to live in the neighborhoods they grew up in. I have 30 years of experience in development and know how to do it. I'm a husband, a father, a grandfather. I raised my family in this district for 46 years. This is my home, and it matters a great deal to me. I look forward to making it our community even better. I humbly ask for your vote.
Hi, my name is Matt Varvaro, and I'm running for the New York State Assembly in the 16th District. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I was born and raised in Port Washington. I went to Port Washington Public Schools. I went to college at Johns Hopkins University, and then after that, I came back to New York, where I've been working in state politics and government ever since. I worked as an aide to Councilwoman Dina DiGiorgio at the town of North Hempstead, and then last year as the research director on George Pataki's campaign for President of the United States. So the reason I'm running for the State Assembly is because I care about my community very much, and when I see the level of corruption in Albany and the flat-out bad policies that I believe are holding this state back, it deeply frustrates me, and it makes me want to do something about it and be part of the solution. You know, I don't know about you, but I am pretty sick and tired of opening up the newspaper every day and reading another story about another politician in Albany who's been convicted of corruption or some other breach of the public's trust. So when I get to Albany, I'm going to make it my mission to pass comprehensive ethics reform that includes things like term limits, a strong ethics board with teeth, tougher penalties for corrupt politicians, and finally, an overhaul of the process whereby state contracts and grants always seem to end up in the hands of campaign contributors. I'm also going to have other priorities, like tax and regulatory reform, so that we can grow New York's economy and create jobs and lower the cost of living and doing business here on Long Island. I'd like to reform our public education system so that we bring our public schools into the 21st century and ensure that our students are getting the high-quality education that they deserve. And finally, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the environment and the waterways and the natural resources that we've been blessed with here on the North Shore. I think that if we do those things, if we fundamentally rethink our approach to ethics, education, the economy, the environment, we can do so much good for our community and so much good for the people of this state. So I would ask you, look, If you're sick and tired of politics as usual in Albany, and you'd like to elect an assembly person who is truly committed to reform with every fiber of his being, I hope you'll support our campaign. There's a lot of work to be done, and I'm excited to get started. So thank you.